That to me still, I have a hard time getting my head around the fact that everywhere we go, it's like here, here, here. I was at one day in Anaheim. Here $600. I walked away with this, and there are thousands of dollars. It's been going on for a long time, and it just blows me away that these beautiful people come out and say, "Here, I have $15. It's all I can afford, but I want to support your mission." That to me is incredible. Or here's $500, and it happens every single day. So. I wish everybody could experience it from my side. The best thing for me is I get to hug a ton of pretty chicks all over the country. It's like, how could I not love this? So anyways, thank you. Spectacular. Glad to have you here on our tour. This made it a lot of fun. So we are going to bring up the owner, we're going to bring up Carol. Okay, Carol has a specialized field. It's another one of these practitioners that's going to work on this wreckage that I call a human body. And what I find fascinating is this tuning fork technology type of sound healing that you do. So can you introduce yourself, talk about this healing methodology, how long you've been doing it, and what the results of this type of healing power is?
Yeah, I'm Carol Gailey, and I live here in Lexington. I actually started training in releasing trauma 30 years ago. I was working in a rural area and in a church, and I couldn't work on anybody but myself. I found I had a lot of trauma and was working on that. About 11 years ago, tuning forks crossed my path, and I said, that's for me. And because music is important to me, but frequency is really where it's at for me. And so I trained using tuning forks, and I work all over bodies. I just spent the weekend at a festival where people would come in and want to have a little tune-up or something. And so I do that. And the healer part of me adds to the tuning forks, but the frequencies themselves work at a cellular level. And they allow the body to open itself up to its natural healing process. And I just add an intention and say, okay, we're going to work on this, we're going to work on that. And it starts unraveling the issues that a person is dealing with, and they can feel some relief or some changes right away. Sometimes it takes longer than that, but everybody's different. And so I've been doing this work for this long. I find it very beneficial to myself. I work on myself. And ask me another question.
You were going great. I mean, the thing I love about people that have this kind of knowledge, I just let them go. You make my radio show look good when I have nothing to fill in there. So how does somebody get a hold of you if they want to reach out and have some time or sessions with you?
Well, right now I'm working part-time out of Zenergy, right here. So they can contact me through the Zenergy spot.
Okay.
I do am reachable through email. I don't have a very valid website, so I'm sorry about that. But calling the Zenergy place or contacting them is a good way to find me.
Okay, so by the way, that's Zenergy with a Z. And what is the contact number here? I'm asking you. Your facility, right?
Mine.
Your facility, okay.
281-1166, and that's 859-281-1166.
859-281-1166. 1166. What's the website?
The Zenergyspa.com. That's it.
The Zenergy, Zenergy spa.com. What is your name?
Rebecca.
Why didn't I was introduced to you, you just came over and gave me a hug. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, what's her name?
Yeah.
Just another pretty lady.
Yes. Yeah, I'm speechless. So yeah, this is Rebecca here, folks. And what's the address here?
465 East High Street.
465 East High Street,
Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously you can see there are various modalities here, Carol being one of them. But I want to bring the owner over here and let's talk about why, two things.
Okay.
why you hosted this event here for us tonight. Then I want to talk about this particular choice of healing as a career. What got you here? And I like the idea of that answer because everybody knows that quantum physics is my passion. So you're in this space that I believe is, you know, the realm where people are going to learn who they really are, and the Christ consciousness is going to be, you know, rising. So first of all, why did you host us here?
So I guess it goes back to, we call her Dr. Rose, or Dr. Sarah Rose Michaels. I was attending her lectures years ago, and this used to be formerly Lexington Center for Integrative Health. I was working next door. I'm an acupuncturist, and I was just drawn to this room. I was like, whoa, what's this? And
Describe this room, what we see here.
oh, please don't ask me.
So, well, here's
I'm not
what
a
I see.
biophysicist, so.
I see we're in a room up high. We've got about eight monitors, and they're TV. They're basically computer monitors.
Yeah.
But you see rolling down over the screen. Some it's low speed, or some are rolling up, some are rolling down. High speed, slow speed, kind of like the Matrix numbers rolling down. Except these are DNA sequences, and they have a quantum effect on the human body at the cellular level. So that's the kind of room we're standing in. So I expect when I walk out of here, I'm gonna feel like Superman when I'm done.
You're gonna feel
I
better,
know.
and you're gonna
Amenities.
have a detox
Yes, a
reaction.
detox.
Drink your water today, and she actually says a 20-minute salt bath, not magnesium salt, but for 20 minutes, 2 cups of salt.
2 cups.
Yeah, so, and Epsom salt, not Epsom salt, excuse me, baking soda to alkalize the water.
So baking soda, and then
1 cup, and then 2 cups non-iodized salt, like, you know, sea salt.
Or Himalayan salt.
Or
Himalayan?
Himalayan, or,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
somebody
I was in here for 20 minutes and all of a sudden I had this I had to go outside because I had a sweat
Yeah,
that just came off, and then
Yeah.
I was like, went outside, there was a nice breeze, and then I was like, oh, I feel great.
yeah.
So somebody gave me at a Quantum Healing Center, Dr. Jody in Anaheim.
Yeah.
So I walked away.
We love Dr. Jody.
Yeah.
Is she great? I was
Yes.
supposed to be there 2 days ago, staying overnight again, but I got just so busy. So she gave me a little barrel of salt. So I'm gonna do this tonight, and I have some baking soda.
Good.
So, yeah, Dan, you're gonna need to stay out of the bathroom. I'm taking a soak in. Yeah, I'm doing that tonight. Okay, so why did you choose to host this event?
So it started there. I mean, I think I'd gotten tidbits of, I came back to Kentucky, well, just to back it up, in the 90s. I became a body worker, went out to New Mexico. Came back here, there were 6 massage therapists, and my friend who hosted or did our catering, we taught together at our local massage therapy center. So that was my start of my healing. It just started to awaken, body, mind, spirit. And essentially, that led just da-da-da-da. Eventually went back to acupuncture college. And I was mainly focused on healing my body, mind, spirit. I think that, you know, I agree 7 generations forward, so 7 generations back. That's why I came back to Kentucky to heal some very deep wounds of this land. But anyway, she speaks to me. I mean, she speaks about healing. But also, she also started dropping some bombs, like, have you heard about UN 20, 21, and 30? I mean, I'm looking back through my notes like 5 years ago, you know, and I'm just like, okay, so thank you for throwing me that little tidbit, I was so focused on healing for so long. But then it's like, okay, got to a good point. I'm like, okay, it's time to start paying attention to what is going on. And then this whole pandemic thing hit, and I mean, it just revved it up. So I've just been on this huge learning experience, especially through that last year, like, what the F, you know, I mean, it's right there, people. We do not do something. And, you know, it was just, this whole last year it was hell. Karens everywhere, you know, got called out. You know, we didn't get turned in, but, you know, we've lost friends over this. It's been really intense. So that's why, I mean, I just, honestly, more familiar with Dr. Rose, Sasha, just started getting into listening to you. And I'm just like, okay, yep, that's it. You know, go and listen to this and piecing together. It's what was the meme? It's like, have we forgotten how to piece together the dots? Like, what is going on? And so, I guess it was, we all have bullshit detectors, but Fauci, the first time, got on and tried to defend that this wasn't a virus created in a lab. And I was like, I told Sean, I was like, he's lying. oh my God. And that was like what, last March or something. So yeah, I believe we gotta do this. I'm a patriot, you know? Yeah, I'm here. And I wanna do, and this landed in our lap and we're just so blessed. So thank you for allowing us to host this. So thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. I mean, one point you just made, and I want to follow up on this, is I've said this numerous times, and people have to understand this. We've heard that we're losing friends, we're losing family. The birth canal is not the identifier of your family, right? That's just a pipeline, a portal into this realm, this density. So I tell people, you're not losing your friends or family, you're gaining them. They're here. It's a conscious realm. So we here in this universal construct called the quantum realm are finding each other like mercury balls. So we're coming together, and all these other people are being cleared off the table. These are the people that they've actually probably either caused you to rescind in your spiritual ascension or at least flatline it, because that type of consciousness on a daily basis in your life is affecting you in a negative way, even if you don't know it. You may love these people, they may be friends of yours. Just like I say this, I have sort of my own construct of friends in my world. I put people in boxes. This box right here in front of me is the box where this person I trust implicitly with my life. They're never gonna lie to me, they're not gonna head fake me, they're not gonna bullshit me, they're not gonna do anything that's gonna harm me in any way, shape, or form. And I have boxes over here. This person over here, they're full of shit. I love them. They're good people, but that's how they are. Somebody over here, this person lies, this person's lazy, and I just put them in boxes. I love them all. But there's one box. If you leave this box, this one here in front, you never get it back. You lose my trust, you never get it back. It's gone forever. So what this does, this construct of what we're dealing with now through this wake-up call, this great awakening, is the same action. You're now bringing the people into your primary key box right here that's going to be part of your future in the quantum realm as we ascend from this third density experience into the fourth density as this earth is transitioning as its own sentient being into fourth density. So we're pulling all of us together, and that raises the entire collective consciousness of the planet. So when people can just let this go, family members or friends that do not raise their vibration and forget about it and let them go, then it's going to affect the consciousness of everybody around you to a higher level. This is an anchor. It doesn't make them bad people. Just in this evolution of whatever, experience they're going through for the, millionth time or whatever it is, it's not up to us to drag them with us. They may need more cycles, more evolutions, maybe 1 million of them, because they have to learn and grow on their own. So I tell people, don't hang on to it. Focus on those people around you, because you'll find it. You notice how you fall in love with people faster now? Because the vibration on the planet is so high that you meet people and you instantly fall in love with them. And they stay with you. They stay in your consciousness. They stay in your thoughts. And so that's the transition we have to be prepared for. We have to allow ourselves to have that hit us and allow ourselves to be absorbed into it. So I tell people, do not get hung up on the friends or family that are not in the place where they're supposed to come along as we ascend. So that's a very primary key point. Glad you brought that up.
It's a process. And by the way, you're kind of almost right in the torus of this room. We have sleepovers a lot. We call it timelining, where we manifest. So this monitor is connected to that monitor, but they're on different times. So they're creating a Vesica Pisces. So we create by feeling and just with your passion. And I see a world that is natural and organic. No chemicals. I see the oceans and the rivers. They're clean.
Yeah.
The trees. There is stewardship of our beautiful earth.
Yes.
So we have parties like this all the time. So that's so cool and right on that you're speaking almost right in the center of the room. So yeah. So it was a process. So,
You realize that we, for a very long time, have been the weirdos of the world, right?
I
We're the freaks.
started my story
The
with
geeks and
there were
freaks.
6 massage therapists when I came back to Lexington, and then I always was drawn back out west. Brought information back, acupuncture college, same thing. And then now we own this business, which I don't know if you've seen all our bells and whistles, but dude, how do you explain this kind of,
Right.
it's just who I am, it's my karma, and I've always brought, and I love that.
You're a light worker.
I totally
You're a light
committed
worker.
for over 25 years now. So anyway, what was your other question? I forgot.
It was, you basically answered all of them. Why did you host us here?
Oh, okay.
And how did you come into this realm of healing?
Oh, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Just, it was my calling.
Well, it's a ballsy move whenever you don't know if people are actually gonna come toward you whenever you set it up, when it wasn't the end time for people to.
Well,
Now everybody
No,
wants
we're
to
sitting here,
hear
but we
about
don't
it.
but
This kind of healing.
it's been an evolution for me, just like a development. It's like now it's like, and now it's on. I
Yeah.
mean, it's really on, truly. So it's not stopping, I don't think. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for that. I'm glad my audience got a chance to hear that.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And let's see, we're going to break here in about 5 minutes. Dennis Ketchum, on your feet, my friend. This gentleman here, folks, is one of my favorite security guys. And he was the first one that pointed out to me what an
Good job.
impact that this whole tour and Patriot Street Fighter movement was all about. I'm going to let him tell you the story. We had this experience right outside of the Dallas event we did. And it had probably the biggest impact on me. This is Dennis Ketchum, 24-year Navy SEALs. He's glued to my side, and one of the most valuable friendships I've ever had in my life. One of the most important people will always be for me. But I'd like him to tell you what his experience is inside of 5 minutes we got. And no, trust me, not too much time. So when we first connected, and you came out with us on an event, we met in Tulsa actually for the first time. We met through the initiative that I tried to start. We haven't completed it yet, which was Operation Restoration, bring highly trained special operators off the bench to bring them into the public and start helping us go after these scumbags at the small level school boards.
Right.
So that's what brought you. We met in Tulsa. You shadowed me ever since. So what has this done for you being on this tour?
I mean, for me, it's changed my life. I mean, just meet all the people we meet you, meet all the people we work with in our circle. I mean, it's just tremendous for me personally. I mean, it's kind of selfish because it does a hell of a lot for me just being around all you guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, just being around all these people is just a tremendously good thing. Makes you feel good. It makes you, it makes you, Mike and Jacob call it the love bubble. And I tend to agree with that.
Bet you never thought you'd hear Navy SEALs talk like this. I love being in the love bubble.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a big love bubble. I mean, it seems like
It is.
everyone's so in tune with everybody else that I mean, it's just crazy how awesome it is, to meet you and meet everyone I've met, and you said it before, just so quickly be drawn to everybody.